All right, so for Revolve, you want to make a sketch first. I'll select the front plane this time. So if you select the front plane, you want to select the front face on the little cube, so you get your bird's eye view. And then I will click the origin or select line first, right? L, and then click the origin. Oh, yeah, my mouse will die a lot. Give it a sec. Yeah. So I will click L and then the origin, and then you want to see that little vertical symbol. Click at any point, it shouldn't matter too much. And then you want to see the horizontal symbol to the origin. Click and then click the origin. So now you have a triangle, right? It looks like this. And then you don't need too many dimensions for it. You just want this vertical and this horizontal. And so we're going to click check mark. And then right next to extrude is revolve. So you want to click revolve, and then you want to select this face, and then select this revolve axis. By the way, if you, like I said, if you want to get rid of this face, let's say you want a different face, just select the X button, and let's say, oh, I still want that face. You just select that face again. So you can use right click and hold to pan around, but what you'll notice is there's a cone now. So to make it more intuitive, we will use one direction, and then we will slowly extrude out the entire, or revolve the entire cone. So we start with our face here from earlier. This was our face, and this is our revolve axis right along here. So right here is our revolve axis. So if we drag this revolve angle forward, you'll notice that it slowly creates the cone, right? And then we go all the way around until it's 360. The other thing you'll notice is that it doesn't even need to go all the way around. So if you click the top right on the cube, you'll notice you can just go, if you only want 30 degrees, that's totally fine. And then if you pan around, you'll notice this is only 30 degrees. You could do 60, you could do 80, or 90, 180, whatever you want it to be. However, there's a very critical error that can happen, which is called self-intersection. So if you reopen that sketch you made and click front again, you don't want to have anything else on the other side. So we'll make some shape. Just connect this shape to the original triangle. It should be along our revolve line, right? So the issue, what happens is that if I select this face as well, it will give me an error. And that's because this is what's called self a self-intersecting part. So imagine we made that cube or made this cone, not cube, cone earlier, right? We have this cone right here, and we have this second shape right here. The issue is that these two will get in the way of each other, and Onshape doesn't like that. So you got to make sure that doesn't happen. If you can try to visualize it, if you can't, you can just experiment and see if it works or not. Sometimes Onshape will also give you the error that this center point is or this line up here is also giving what's it called? An intersection error. If that happens, the trick to fix that is instead of going up to the line all the way up to or having the face go all the way up to the revolve axis, what you can do is essentially shrink it down just slightly, right? And then you can set the distance between here and here to like 0.01. And then instead of selecting this tiny face here, you want to select this bigger triangle. And then what happens is if we do full again, right, there's a small gap and that will prevent any sort of self-intersection. Like I said, this is very case specific. Likely, you won't have this issue, but if you do, this is how you would solve it. Yeah. Similar to rectangles, right? We can also have we can have remove. So let's just make a cube real quick. Yeah, let's make a cube. Oh, that's a rectangular prism, but get the idea. So we'll do like 4, and we'll hit symmetric, right? Oh, 4. And then let's say we want to, on the same sketch or on a different sketch, so this is kind of inside the part. So this sketch is still on the front plane, right, from earlier, but let's say we want to create like a like a cone-shaped divot. So what we can do is, actually no, what we can do is create a triangle, right? A right triangle. It has to be a right triangle. So you notice this angle is in fact 90 degrees. This right angle, and what happens is if we revolve this by removing it, and I'll show it slowly so it makes more sense. Select this face, and we'll select this revolve axis. If we add something, it will be the exact same as earlier, right? When we made that cone, it created this shape. It's just that this extrude is in the way, so the rest of the cone is just inside of the existing part. However, we can also remove, right? So now we have our circular divot, or not circular, but cone-shaped divot. And if we want to go one direction to make it more intuitive, right, we can slowly remove everything that needs to be removed, and then boom. So yeah, you can use remove. New is just the same as the extrude, right? New part. So it's just that.